Chris Popper, joined here by Coach Mark Shields for the kickoff of our 2026 MDI Coaches Show. And Coach, a whirlwind of a weekend, huh? You were at the wedding of your daughter, Maddie, and congratulations to her and to you and Holly and the rest of your family on a a great weekend. And but now you're up to Stearns today. I mean, we're taping this before 8 o'clock, minutes before 8 o'clock. We don't want to get people, thinking we're doing this while it's dark out. But you're up to Stearns for a controlled scrimmage today, and then turn around and play Friday night in an exhibition game at Orono, which we'll have on the or have on the internet because of the Red Sox. But the start of the season is here, and I mean, you just started two-a-days a week ago.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, it's been a pretty wild first week for sure. A lot of people know my oldest daughter, Maddie, got married. When she told me, whatever, a year and a half ago that she had scheduled her wedding for August 22nd, I immediately was like, wait a second, that's during football season. But she didn't seem to care. Uh, I was like, how selfish could you be, Maddie? I mean, it's all
Right?
about football, but she decided that it should be about her for at least 3 days, so I gave her that. Um, Everything went great for the wedding. I barely cried. Yep.
Aw.
Yeah. And right, and now we're back. We had a good first week. You're right. We had 2 days starting on Monday. We did the course six to 7:30 a.m., 4:30 to 7 p.m. practices for a week, and everybody's exhausted. And I want to give kudos to my staff. They covered practices when I was gone for the wedding, and my wife and I got back Sunday night last night, and yep, here we go. We're headed to Millinocket today to take on uh, Stearns, and um, that's a controlled scrimmage. That's a scrimmage where we're actually on the field with the players, so that's nice. And then Friday we're at Orono, and that's more of a preseason game. I think we'll play our so-called ones in the first half, our twos in the third quarter, and our threes in the fourth quarter up there at Orono. And that game time originally, I think, was set at 6, but now that's actually 7 p.m.
Okay.
At Orono. And yeah, so we'll see how we do today at Stearns. It's great having the coaches right on the field. It really is like a practice. You can stop after the play, you can stop everything, go out, talk to the kids, talk to the other coaches. So it's really great for learning, especially for your younger guys. Um, and also Thursday we do our AYS barbecue and field night. So that's on the 27th of this
Yeah.
week as well. So that will be another exciting night. But yeah, no rest for the wicked. Here we go.
So, I mean, in terms of the controlled scrimmage, the format is 10 plays and then a drive, and then you swap offense for defense or defense for offense, depending upon how you start. And then you typically go with the second team and then the third team. So everybody gets reps and um, a chance to hit somebody else after a week.
Yeah, exactly, Chris. So you're right. We'll come out with our ones. Normally, what we'll do is you'll have your 10 plays. We'll start, usually start at like the 20 or the 30. You'll have your 10 plays. If you happen to score on one of those plays, then they bring it back to the 20. And if, say, you're on your sixth play, you'll start, on that play and you'll still get those 4 plays. And then they do a drive. So that actually you have to get first downs to keep the drive going. So we'll do that right with our ones, offense and defense. We'll go to our twos, offense and defense with their drives. Then we'll go back to the ones for a second time.
Okay.
Yep. And then the threes, typically what we do is we'll go like 10 to 15 plays and we won't worry about the drive. Sometimes just getting those guys lined up is, we're doing well. So, yeah, it, it's like I said before, it's a great learning tool. And it just, gets kids, you know, back on the field against someone of a different color jersey, which is nice.
Right. And it's, I mean, a lot of road trips this year. So this is also part of the learning experience. Make sure you get your helmet, make sure you have your mouth guard, make sure you get all your pads, make sure you have drink and you're hydrating and you're eating. And I mean, that's all part of the learning experience as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we approach this like because we're traveling to Stearns. So we are going to right from the locker room. You're exactly right. Right from the locker room, we're going to make sure that they have everything they need as far as their equipment because we've had some troubles with that over the last couple of years. And I
Right.
happen to have a couple Marines on my staff, and one of
Who
them,
are
Coach Burns.
loud.
Yeah,
Yes.
Coach Burns, like I might have them line up outside on the sidewalk. And do you have your girdle? Do you have your helmet? So we'll see how that goes. And then our travel, it's like practicing how to travel for a game. And
Right.
the way we travel is such that I tell the kids, especially on long trips, you know, if you want to sleep for a little bit, go ahead and sleep. Let's try to keep it quiet. Basically, just thinking about what you need to do that day. It's not like a big party on the bus headed up there. Everything is all mental preparation. Um, and then, right after the game, in the locker room, getting changed, getting back on the bus, traveling back. We're gonna have to, stop and get something to eat somewhere. So, it's all that stuff. It's all preparation, getting ready for our first road trip in the regular season, which will be right down to Topsom against Mount Ararat.
So, how I think you told me that the numbers have been relatively good this year, in terms of players coming out.
Right. So we have 33 kids in pads right now. And I have discovered doing this eight-man thing for a few years that 30 seems to be the magical number if you want to have a full JV squad and a full varsity squad. So sitting at 33, we're very excited about that. And the kids, as far as attendance every day for practice, they're coming. And if they can't come, they let us know if some of the kids, of course, have doctor's appointments, what have you, dentist appointments,
Right.
family commitments, and that's
Weddings,
totally
right?
fine.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, weddings like the head coach. Um, but the kids have been good as far as communicating that to us and working at, the good attitude. So yeah, we're really excited about this group.
there are a couple holes to fill, especially on the offensive decent and defensive line this year. Tell us a little bit about how kids are slotting in.
Right. So we knew coming in the season that we have some pretty good skill kids. Um, But you're right. We lost when you lose guys like Nate Olson and Joey Bennett on your offensive and defensive lines. I mean, those are huge holes. I mean, those are guys that,
Literally and figuratively.
yeah, I mean, Nate's playing for UMaine Orono right now.
Right.
Or Joey's going to be a thrower for UMaine Orono. They're Division One athletes. Um, so you're right. That's hard to try to replace. And so we've been plugging a lot of different kids in those spots. Um, and those spots are still open. There's a lot of spots still open this early in the season. And we'll find out a lot today.
Right.
That first scrimmage. I tell the kids, we do not care about mental mistakes these preseason games. Absolutely not. What we care about is your effort, right? We need to see that you're going to be out there, you're playing hard, you're physical, you're a football player. And if we see that, then we can find you a spot on the field. We can teach you what to do, but you have to have that first. So yeah, definitely the offensive and defensive lines have been a major focus for us right from the off season to now that we're in, starting practices.
We know that there are no kicks. You're not going to kick today, and probably on Friday, any punting will be dead ball. I mean, typically, but that's something that I know MDI has traditionally worked on every day during the preseason, and I'm sure have this year as special teams.
Right. So today is just all offense and defense against Stearns. You're right. And then Friday night at Orono, I just got an email from Coach Sinclair, Orono's head coach, And he said, "Are we still good with basically your special teams? We want to get the kids out there lined up, but everything's going to be dead. So we might kick the ball off, but then it will be, a fair catch, and then we'll put the ball at whatever it is, maybe the 25-yard line. Punt, same thing. We'll get out there, we'll line it up, and then it will be a fair catch with the returner. Special teams sometimes because kids, I mean, there's a lot of open space with special teams on the field, and that's when
Right.
people are really going hard, and we just don't need anybody getting injured for these preseason games. So, right, we'll try to go dead for special teams on Friday night.
Okay. A busy week. So you'll do 2 days tomorrow, Wednesday, and really what, 1.5 on Thursday because of the AYS, and then the game Friday night at Orono.
Right. So we gave the kids, this being Monday morning, we gave the kids this morning off, and then we'll head to Stearns tonight. We'll get back, geez, I don't know, around 9 maybe tonight. We have practice Tuesday morning, 6 to 7:30, and then practice in the evening Tuesday, 4:30 to 7. And then Wednesday will be our last morning practice. So
Okay.
that's nice. And then from there on out, like Thursday will be the first day that we'll just practice in the afternoon. But you're right, we have the AYS barbecue and field night, so that schedule's a little off. Um, some of us have to start school on Thursday, and
Right.
yep, which I'm very excited about. Talked to Matt Haney. Listen, football's going on. Maybe I have the week off, but he didn't think that was. We're all about equity, so he said no. I have to be there. So, um, so that adds a whole new element to Coach Shields' world. Uh, but then, yeah, and then we'll have the weekend off, and there we go. Now we're getting ready for Mount Air at our first regular season game.
We want to remind everybody that on Sunday is the scattering of ashes for Walter Churchill. Everybody's invited. There is a link on the MDI um, athletic page, and I'll include it here in our interview. That if you want to come out on the whale watch for free and for the scattering of his ashes, you're more than welcome. He was such uh, I mean, a big part of the program, even though he was on the sidelines. I mean, there wasn't a game he didn't attend for years, and I mean, oh my, he got wrecked in that championship gold ball game. But he captured the essence of MDI sports for years.
Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about Walter on this show many, many times, and what he gave to MDI athletics all the years for no compensation, right? He just did it because he loved it. And of course, the photographs were just amazing. Just a big part of many programs at the high school, and it's just one of those things. The thank you just isn't enough for Walter Churchill. So yeah, as many people as can can make that happen on Sunday, that'd be wonderful.
And you are wearing a sticker on the helmets this year, WC in honor Walter.
Yes, Mr. Dow made that happen. Talked to our sales rep, the people that sell us our logos and our award stickers. And right, we'll have the WC right on the back of the helmet.
Yeah, which is, and I mean, I think of him he gifted me his cameras, and I mean, every time that I use his camera, I think of him, and yeah, so I'll be taking photos while I do play by play, and obviously we'll be doing those from the tower, or wherever I am, and so they're not going to be as good, but we will try and get as many photos as we can. All right, I know you've got a busy day. I thank you very much. Best of luck today, and we'll see you on the sidelines on Friday night for the exhibition game against Orono. Again, that will be on the internet, WDEA.am, starting at 6:40 with the kickoff at 7. All right, Coach. Have a good week.
All right, thanks, Chris.